So you say, "Oh wow, you're back." Or no, I'm serious. It's only gonna be like a few minutes. I just wanted to let somebody know because I spent two hours talking about Liberty Safe Company, and you're like, "Well, where's that video?" It's the one right before this that says Garbage Day. I started talking about that garbage kid, and so if you want to know about my experience with Liberty Safe Company out of Utah and how horrible and how if they were the last safe company on the entire planet and if there was a guy named Butcher Bob deliver no, never again. Remember that? So go back to that other video and that's actually the one where I talk about Liberty Safe. My experience with Liberty Safe Company. And so the end of that story, though, I didn't finish, was what? So finally, after I finally got weeks and weeks of phone calls, the runaround, everything again, only in America, only to Nicky Boy. And that was after, the only reason why they finally came to pick up that safe was because I filled up every single voicemail for about a month of any number I could find. And this was like super duper undercover detective, like, because they only post certain phone numbers. So if you're real careful, sometimes you listen to the people's message and they'll have somebody, or they'll be out of the office for some reason, and it goes, and you get lucky and you'll find someone from the accounting department. Normally you'd never, that kind of thing. Yeah, that guy. Literally, finally, they were not going to refund my money. They were not gonna replace it or even come get it. They wouldn't even return it. Only, and I mean, after all, if you watch my video, I was like, no. And they realized that I was going to continue to disrupt their businesses, which what I had to do. Yes, I was that guy. It was the only way to get them. You'd think, and if you look at any report or you saw me on the phone, you would think, wow. And now you know why I made 10,000 phone calls. Because after the 5,000th one, you're like, I don't care if this takes me the next year. Pretty soon, they're going to get sick of their voicemails getting filled up and realize this guy's not giving up. We ought to probably just go get that safe. And the real crazy part about that is I was trying to get a replacement. That was my goal because I was in love. Not look, I had went up to Gander Mountain and I had seen this safe. These safes are cool, right? I had the Colonial model. The only thing I can think of is you remember them guys you put on the boat with the boom boom, and now they're really pissed off and they got a whole bunch of them and they got the boom boom and now they're burning the buildings down. Remember them guys? Yeah, remember them? You probably don't. If you look like me, I don't care how many of them you were friends with when you were 30 years ago. They probably not. If they get in a real bad mood, they decide that they don't like you. Oh, and then you're in that thing called the can. Yeah, you're gonna be having a bad day. Just trust me on that one, okay? Yeah. Remember that? And you're like, hmm. So look, Liberty Safe. No, never again. I literally, I think I called for a month straight. I was like, you would think that I was certifiable, right? But if you listen to my story and you're honest and you're a real human being, you don't even have to be a Christian. You go, all I wanted to do was replace the safe because I was up again the mountain. Maybe God Only thing I can think of is it's. I never, and this is how. Remember, I'm Lois's son, and remember the all. Did he just say Jesus out loud? Does he know we're in public? Does he? Somebody might have heard you say Jesus. Honey, you don't want your mommy to get up and have to leave her meal at this table and get in the car and leave you here, do you? No, mommy. Remember that guy? We're going to the downs. Hey, I had the colonial model. And apparently that's why they're really pissed off. Them black people. They don't like that word. I didn't know that. I didn't know what colonialism was until I got that. That just happened to be the coolest model. That's the nicest. I liked it for the price. It was big. I wanted to replace it. They wouldn't do it. You'd think they would have tried to make me happy. Happy? No. And you say, huh, this is the kind of stuff. There's no more. You say, well, what's the lesson? I don't know. But that's the truth. Yeah. And if it weren't for old Rolanda, I don't know who they could have found to come get it. Thanks, girl. And you say, well, colonialism, the colonial model. Yeah, you probably don't want to mention that word when you're around them black people with the real pissed off and they got the boom boom now too. Yeah, you might want to do that. Apparently, that's what they call what happened. I didn't know that till about whenever after I returned, I'm like, what is that word? Because I'm like one of them kind of never did get Poindexter on them, but hey, I wanted to. I always wanted to be like old Pete and Amberitis sending the rocket to the moon. But I do like the dictionary, and I like to look up words and see what they mean once in a while. Guess I'm kind of a geek like that. Hey, going to the downs with the little white ball. Yeah, what's up? And I'm like, oh, that's why they don't like that word. So God took I don't know. I'm always looking for a reason. But I gave up on the dreams. But if you look, Liberty Safe, that's my review. Okay? Yeah. You'd think they'd have sent me a free safe after what they put me through. And the only reason finally she answered the phone and she's like, we'll come get it. And that's only because that gal Rolanda and her 4 brothers, they said they'll do it. Other than that, we're gonna call the police. And I'm like, and you scratch? No, I'm just joking. They didn't say that, but you'd think that's what would be next, given Home Depot and all this. And you scratch my safe, you sent Butcher Bob out? Are you serious? What is going on in America? And you wonder why I'm talking? Silence is not an option, folks. There's safety in numbers. We might not all agree, but I wouldn't buy a Liberty safe if it was the last safe company on the planet. Finally, they got sick after a month, which I didn't think I was going to get anywhere, right? Because remember how I told you? You call and they already filled up. Well, I guess every once in a while they like to delete one and listen to one. And so I was preventing that. And they're finally like, we got to go get that safe. Otherwise, they did not care one bit. They were like, so what? We don't care. That thing's really, really heavy and it's bolted to your floor. And it's like really, really expensive to call up and get it out of there. We don't care. Good luck. But we forgot, a bunch of guys with the little white balls that got a whole bunch of that stuff like that there. and they like to buy that stuff, and now you're gonna tell them not to go somewhere else. Yep. See y'all later.